everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea. It's nice to have you guys here. Today we're talking about bullet journals. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have become obsessed with bullet journals. I've been doing the bullet journal system for just under a year now, probably about 9 months. I've been using this journal, which is a lined journal from Ted Baker. I recently started a new bullet journal. This one started at the very end of March. April was the first one that I had all the way in here, that I had like the whole month planned out. I thought I would show you the new journal and kind of talk about how I start a new journal. So I used the same process for setting this journal up that I had used for this one. I found that it really worked with setting this one up, so I wasn't gonna reinvent the wheel. I was just gonna do the same thing for this one. And then show you some of the things that are different, that have changed from the old journal to the new one. So let me get the camera flipped around and we'll get into the journal. So this is the new cover. The journal that I'm using is by Paperchase. It is just a standard A5 slim notebook. The pages are unlined. It's got a nice little pocket built into the back, but as I'll show you later, I've got my own pocket that I've put in. It has these really nice translucent covers that keep the pages protected, so I'm able to kind of put my own design in here and not have to worry about it getting scratched or ripped in my bag, but also gives me the flexibility to change it. So this is the cover that I put on when I first started this, as I was getting ready to prepare for my comp exam and colloquy and all of that. So this was a really fitting quote for me: worry is a misuse of your imagination. Now that I'm going into my dissertation, I think I want to put a different quote in here. The paper behind it is a wrapping paper that I got in a book of printed wrapping papers from Ted Baker, and that is also something that I can switch out. It's all just stuck in here with washi tape, so I can really change the cover of my bullet journal if I want to, if I get bored with this before I run through the whole journal. So going through the front page, I've just got "This book belongs to," I've got my name, a pretty little card thing that I've taped in. Down here I've got email, phone, and then I've got all of my socials, so YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Next page is my key. I really didn't change this from the old journal. In fact, I think I simplified it. I got rid of some of the symbols that I never used. I also got rid of started versus completed. For a task, a box is either completed, it's irrelevant, or it's been moved, migrated, but my color key has stayed the same. I still have a quote page, a words that matter page. I'm still slowly filling this in, so I do have a bunch from the old one. I've started copying some of these over, but I also want to leave room for quotes that really strike me during the months that I'm using this journal, so that each journal will have a slightly different selection of quotes. I still have my future log. Another difference: in the old bullet journal, I had the year broken down by 6 months, so it was 4 pages total. This time I simplified it because I found that in this journal I really didn't use the future log that much. What I didn't really need was the little monthly calendar, so I got rid of that, and I really just have starting from when I started this journal, so it's April through March of 2018, and I've just started filling in just important dates, birthdays, my trip for the conference, so just stuff like that. But if I need to write down something for the year, I can put it in here. So my phone is kind of my future log more than my bullet journal, but I like to have a space for it. I still have my little bookshelf for books that I want to read. I haven't started filling it in yet. I also added, in my old journal, I had my comp exam tracker for reading books for my comp exam. Since I'm done with my comp exam, I didn't need this anymore. So opposite the books to read, I now have a places I want to visit. And I've just got little cities jotted down with different colored circles. And I don't know that I will visit any of these places before I run through this journal, but it's just nice to kind of have in there and to kind of think and daydream. Another thing I carried over from the old journal is the hashtags to remember. I'm still filling this out, but anytime I find a really good hashtag that I feel is relevant to the type of content that I post, I like to write it down so that I don't forget it. I also now have a social media tracker. So I'm tracking my YouTube channel subscriptions, how many subscribers I have. I'm checking my total channel views, like overall lifetime views. I'm checking my Instagram followers, my Twitter followers, my likes on my Facebook page and followers on my Facebook page, my blog monthly views, and my blog lifetime page views. So that is kind of good and is helping me kind of keep track of how those things are growing, just so that I can see if there's any growth, and if so, how much. I only have 2 months in now, so it'll be interesting to see when I go in on June 1st and record all of these, if it's going to be a similar growth or if it's going to be plus or minus what it was before. I carried over, literally, I unstuck this from my old journal and put it in here, my roadmap to ABD, which is now completely finished. I need to check off that I have celebrated, because I did in fact celebrate my ABD status. But this was really nice and a great visual as I was going through this whole process. And then I've also recorded, as I passed each of the steps, how I celebrated and what gift I purchased for myself, which is really nice. Opposite that, I saw this idea on Pinterest and I really liked it. I'm horrible at keeping a gratitude journal, but I did want to have some place to list things that I'm grateful for, and I really love this kind of sun, cloud, rainbow idea. Right now, I only have that I'm grateful for passing my comp exam and getting my ABD status. I'm sure there are some non-school things that I'm grateful for, just haven't gotten there yet. I still have my YouTube planner, which is the same as I featured in my last bullet journal video. And I also have this kind of blog idea dashboard. I'm still trying to figure out a good way to do this, but one thing that so far is working, but with some minor adaptations, is the idea that I got from Lily Pebbles. I have the month, and then I have all the dates with all the days of the week, and when I post something. So Tuesdays are a video, Wednesdays are a vlog, Fridays are a video, and Sundays are a blog post. One thing I haven't kept up with is this kind of dot completion system for when I've completed different steps. I tend to do things very quickly, so there's not a whole lot of need for keeping track of progress. But I have liked this as a way of planning out my content for the month, as well as being able to see my videos and my blog posts all together. While it's still an idea and hasn't been filmed or written yet, I write it in pencil. So you can see these weeks are still in pencil, except for the vlogs, because the vlogs will continue. So the vlogs are already written in pen and numbered for which week it is. Once I film it, I go over the pencil and pen so that I've got a kind of permanent record of what I've done, but as long as it's still in pencil, I can switch these. So, some of these ideas might change as I get closer. And then we jump into April. So for April, I did a Dutch store again. I've got memories up here, the monthly calendar written out quite largely across 1.5 pages. I've got my top 3 goals, a little inspirational quote, things to keep an eye or keep in my mind for May, and then tasks for the month. My weekly spreads really haven't changed. Here was where I was doing my YouTube anniversary month, so ideas for that. More weekly spread. I tried doing kind of keeping an eye on how I was using my time, like a time tracker. That was a failure. I'm not good at it. I don't really care about it. I want to put in a morning routine. I want to create a morning routine, but I haven't drawn it out yet. Once I do that, I will show it to you. And now we get up to May. For May, instead of doing a Dutch store, I just kept it all to one side and I made it a lot smaller. I also combined Saturday and Sunday, which let me do just 6 boxes across, which actually fits pretty well and still lets me write in them. I don't do that much on the weekends anyway, so I don't really need a full box to be able to record the weekend. The bottom, I've got memories for the month, and I've got things for next month. And then over here, I've got my top 3 goals for the month. and then a kind of priority matrix for my tasks. I haven't really tried using the priority matrix for monthly tasks, so I thought I'd give that a try. We'll see how it goes. And then we're up to this week. That's kind of where we're at. And then in the back, I still have the space for calligraphy and lettering practice if I want, and then some space to test out pens. I've also got a little sample of the priority matrix and what each quadrant is, just as a reminder. And then I've got my little sticky note dashboard back here, so if I need different types of sticky notes or page flags, they're all back here. And then on the last page, as I showed you at the beginning, I've got just a really cute envelope from an old papyrus card that I got that I just stuck down with some double-sided tape kind of in the middle here, and then washi tape on the edge, just to give me a bigger and a more secure pocket than this, because when the journal is closed, that keeps the flap closed, and so nothing in there will slip out. But I've just got some rulers and some stickers and that sort of thing. So in terms of how I set up my journals, you kind of saw a little sneak of it here. I like to use sticky notes. So I use little sticky notes like this, and I just decide what I want. So places to visit, content scheduling and planning. I also was marking down if I needed multiple pages. April with Dutch Door, so that told me how many pages I needed for April. Sticky note dashboard, so that obviously came from the back. And so I go through the journal and I stick these down, so when this was blank, you'd flip through and each page would have a different sticky note telling me what was supposed to be there. But yeah, I just find that the sticky notes just really help me to kind of visualize what my journal is going to be like before I start drawing and transferring everything in, so that it at least starts off being pretty coherent. You know, I've got my key, I've got my quotes page, future log, the books to read, places to visit. So all of these had a little sticky note saying what it was going to be. And then I sat down and started drawing all of these things in, or in the case of this, transferring this little page into there. That's how I like to set up my journals, is with the sticky note method, just because I find that I'd hate to start drawing something in and then realize, oh, I actually don't want that with this. You know, maybe I wanted something else. It really helps. I have a little washi tape folded over to mark my future log. I have another one folded over to mark my content. So I find the washi tape is really good because I can fold it really small so that it's protected by this plastic cover and not sticking out and getting rubbed against when it's in my bag. Already I can tell that I really love the spiral bound versus the hardbound. This has a lot more flexibility. This can grow and expand, and it's not going to screw up the binding the way that this one, the binding did start to get screwed up as this got fuller and thicker, especially at the top here where I had more washi tape and stickers along the top. This just felt like the journal itself was getting a bit bent and warped, whereas this, I feel like no matter what I've got stuck in there, the spiral bound lets it kind of be a bit more flexible. So I think I'm sticking with spiral bound from here on out. Some other tools that I've started using, I recently bought the Stabilo pastel highlighters, and I love these. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is what they look like. So it's just, I think the pink is going to be really fun. I like the lighter shade. I like that purple too. The regular purple highlighter that I have is much darker, and it almost covers up the ink. Makes it a lot harder. So I'm really going to love playing with these. I also have found some really great stickers. They're the ones that you've been seeing. I get these on Amazon. So the first pack I bought was this one, which is by Me and My Big Ideas. And it's just 6 pages of these really inspirational stickers. that are just so much fun, and they're just gorgeous and really add something to the journal. I think these were like $8. This pack by Create 365, the Happy Planner, also about $8 on Amazon. And then these have just been very fun and inspirational. And I have some built-in color themes, so I think it's going to be really fun to do some pages based around some of these to help me stay motivated throughout the summer and writing my dissertation. And then another big thing that I was super excited to find is this little ruler by Westcott. I actually have a much larger version of this that I used to use when I was doing a lot of sewing and costume design. It was 2 inches by like 18 inches, and it made it very easy when I was doing my pattern making to draw lines and make sure that things were lining up because of all of the squares and the way that you can measure things not only this way but also this way. Traditional rulers will just have your inches and kind of centimeters going horizontally and nothing going vertically. With this, it makes it really easy. For this page, I literally just did top and bottom. And so each of these is essentially a 1-inch square. Also, coincidentally, this ruler just fits this perfectly. So like on the weekly page, I can do 3 2-inch boxes all the way across. Makes doing the monthly and weekly planning so much easier. So yeah, I will do another bullet journal later on once I have some more content and different things. I've got some ideas of stuff I want to add, so I will probably do another video at that point. Otherwise, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I do a whole range of content, so there's usually something for everyone. And I will see you guys all very soon in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.